Let's go. Welcome to Sebring. Tom the Bomb and I are here doing some testing.
We're here, man.
Let's go. It's day one for 2024 for us. So we just both had our first laps in the car. Car feels epic. We're in Tom's actual Super Trofeo. It's not the car we'll be racing this season, but the boys did an amazing job prepping it. Very balanced, awesome foundation to start with. Laid down some good times, but we feel we're still a little bit off. So we're gonna hit some data here, see where all of our references are, our brake markers and our throttle pickup, see if we can't fine tune some more pace out of this thing. There's our whip for the weekend. This is Tom's car, and this is the PPM test car. Look at Wesley, look at that guy. Look at Brandon, look at that guy. He got in the driver's seat today. Dude can still wheel. All right, so the boys are happy to be back. I'm gonna get on this data, try to bring you up to speed on what we're missing out on and see if we can make some improvements. See if once we identify if we can actually go out there and fix it. Now, things I want you to think about while the boys do the wing change is, where was the car loose and what were the inputs that you were doing while the car was getting loose, and were you able to change those inputs at all to minimize how loose the car got? Okay, so the big ones that I want you to identify is, does it get loose while you trail brake? Does it get loose with how fast you change your hands? Or does it get loose when you go to power? Or is it a combination of any of those? So those are the things that you want to identify, because those will be your adjustments. Okay, so as you go to push power down out of corners, is it picking up a big power slide, or is the back just giving up on you? Yeah, don't worry, there's no right answer. This is a process of getting the most out of what we got. And so what I'm trying to do is start to trigger some responses and changes from you that I'm not quite getting. So don't worry about giving me the right or wrong answer. I just want you to really think about the concepts I'm saying. So where that car should have been loose is right as you go into the corner. It should have started to free and neutralize the wheel. The reason I ask if it power slides is if you're under speed and you go to give it power, it's not going to have enough foundation to support it. So that would be a rolling speed issue that could maybe help to stabilize the car. When the car is going to be right on the edge of balance, if you can't identify those things, you can't extract it. Making good progress here. Started off at a 2010, worked our way down to a 208, and I'm at a 2031. So I think I can get down into the low 202s here in the next couple sessions, and I think Tom's gonna get down to the 204 here fairly quickly. Things that I'm seeing on our data here. So anyone new to Motec, this is our data telemetry system that we use in this car. Basically, this top line here is gonna show the speed of the car. This is gonna show your throttle input, steering, brake, and gear. And you can kind of see with Tom, right? I'm the red reference, and you just see the differences in these line traces and the inputs and where they line up. And basically what I'm doing is identifying the biggest or the lowest hanging fruit, so to speak, for him, where we can find easy time. You know, places we can stay full throttle, places we can brake later, you know, stuff like that. Looks like there's some gears that we need to look into as well. So stuff like that is what we're working on constantly to try to find that ultimate pace out of the car. Today we're also working on some setup stuff, so having him identify it, so throwing some changes on the car, seeing if he can feel it, and then seeing if he liked it or if he didn't like it, if he wanted more, less. Anytime we have testing, it's a great time to work on this, because during practice it's normally 20-30 minute sessions right into qualifying and race, and not a lot of development time. So test days are always awesome. We get a lot more time to focus on the data and video and take chances. We can try brake zones. We're not going to take any chances that can ultimately damage our car. We take chances in terms of we don't have to make consecutive laps that connect. We can go into brake zones, go a little deeper than we normally would, find that ultimate threshold, find our trail point. We've identified quite a few of them today. We're going to move our brake 7 reference down a little bit. We're going to get our rolling speed up into 1. So these are some of the things we're working on right now. All right, well, that's a wrap for today. We went through 2 sets of tires. We did about 4 coaching sessions. Tom dropped his time all the way down to a from a starting point. I'm at a went out on some older tires, tried some things, played with some curbs, even spun the car. So we're out here trying. doing our best. Learned a lot. I'm really happy that the guys got the car working so well for us. Hopefully tomorrow we can try some new setup changes, some softer springs, you know, harder springs, bigger wing, just go through some sweeps of different things. And by sweeps, I mean starting at the highest, going to the lowest, or from the lowest to the highest, getting a full range and concept of what each change does. Right now, the car feels pretty snug. Unfortunately, with how soft it is, sometimes when we get into some compressions, it can cause the front to grip up and create a pivot. So that's our biggest setup hurdle that we're working on right now. Also dialing in our brakes, making sure we're getting the most out of the ABS unit. But as you can see, she made it home safe. Tom's doing a meeting there in the car. We're gonna go get some dinner and call it a night. We have one more test day tomorrow and then we fly home. Tom's gonna run the IGT race and then we'll start the season off here at Sebring in a few weeks. So yeah, having a lot of fun. So boys are doing a spring change here for us because the other car had spring than we were running today and they felt like they found some stuff. So we're gonna make that switch, see if we can learn a little bit more about our car, try to come up with a game plan of what spring package we like for our package, for our chassis, our car, I should say. What do you think, Tim?
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Start learning a little bit more. I've always been kind of complacent with just running whatever the team gives me, and I think that's nice for the team because it makes a driver that doesn't complain and highly adaptable. But when you have time like this on a test, it's always good to learn what you can learn, and I'd like to explore some of our other options in the shock package and see what that feels like. So I asked the boys to do it. I'm very thankful that they stayed here to do it for us, and yeah, I'm gonna stay with them till they're done and then go get some dinner with Tom. Tomorrow we're gonna put Tom in for the first 20 minutes, and once it gets to where I would normally get in later in the race, we'll put me in, see if the car's still balanced the way I like it. If it's not, we'll make some more changes, and then get Tom set up for his IGT weekend that's coming up just before our debut in the Trofeo 2024 season. That's a wrap for him here tonight, and we'll see you all tomorrow.